Whenever there's a dip in the market, there's always a project that doesn't get crushed. Once the market rebounds, it outperforms everything else by leaps and bounds. One coin that has recently done that is Polygon. It's on an absolute roll right now, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Just recently, Polygon announced on Twitter that Mark Cuban has invested in them. The investment size is unknown, but it's big enough that Cuban has listed Polygon as part of his portfolio company. It turns out that Mark is a user of Polygon himself, and he was finding that he was using it more and more. That's probably because he has quite a few crypto-related projects in the works. Lazy.com is one of these companies. It's a platform that allows users to easily display their NFTs. There are some critical things to take away here. Cuban has been using Polygon, and he thought it was worth officially investing in. He's also an entrepreneurial force to be reckoned with and has been in talks with the founders of Polygon. Even before Cuban was involved, people like Coin Bureau were anticipating a 10 times increase in Polygon's price. Mark didn't just invest some money into Polygon's token though. He invested in the company itself. This is an important distinction as now he has more to lose than just his money. His reputation is on the line. All this means is that he must honestly believe in the potential that Polygon has, and he definitely intends to help bring that potential out into the real world. There's no understanding what he brings to the table. So, what happens to the price now? As always, this is not financial advice. We do not accept any liability for any loss or damage incurred by you acting or not acting as a result of viewing any of our videos. You acknowledge that you use the information we provide at your own risk. This is what Mark Cuban's website says about Polygon. Polygon is the first well-structured, easy-to-use platform for Ethereum scaling and infrastructure development. It also says that they have over 76 million transactions and 790,000 unique users on the platform. Polygon's co-founder Sandeep Nalwal had a conversation with Mark Cuban and said it was truly mind-blowing. If you've watched an interview with Mark Cuban in the last few months, you'll know that he appears to be diving headfirst into the crypto space. His knowledge of the ecosystem is becoming extremely respectable.
And I'm a big fan of blockchain.
I am too. I take that as a given.
That leads into the fact, can
Yes.
Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of them be currencies?
He even said in an interview that he's learning Solidity just so that he can understand the business application of cryptocurrency projects on a deeper level. Solidity is the programming language of Ethereum. Sandeep also said the best thing to hear was Mark Cuban himself uses applications on Polygon. Getting investment from Mark Cuban is a big stepping stone for Polygon as it will attract more Tier 1 investors into the US towards Polygon's ecosystem. He's right. Now that one of the most prolific billionaire investors in America has personally invested in Polygon, many wealthy eyes will become interested. Other massive investors will likely be taking a serious look at Polygon at the very least. They'll be trying to understand why Cuban thinks it's so good. And he most definitely does think it's good. In February 2021, Mark Cuban revealed how he looks at the crypto market and decides on what to invest in. His legendary background as a businessman bleeds over into his perspective on crypto. While he sees the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum, he's more interested in business applications at the practical level. This is what he said. I'm looking at those types of things, where there is literally a business there and I'm investing in the business and the technology and the entrepreneurs and hoping that they are the survivors and the thrivers. And that's what I'm looking for right now. It follows that this is the reason he invested in Polygon. He believes it has a real-world application that can generate huge profits by making things more efficient. He's not the only one that thinks this. As of 27th of May 2021, there are over 270 decentralized applications listed on the Polygon website. This is one of the driving forces behind Polygon's recent increase in price. And this is why the $5 mark isn't even that hard for Polygon to achieve. Let's take a quick look at what he meant by survivors and thrivers. Cuban has compared the cryptocurrency market to the beginning of the internet back in the 90s and 2000s. This is the time of the dot-com bubble. At the absolute peak of this, companies were made and deleted overnight as their valuations rose and fell. But not all companies died off after the bubble popped. Companies like Amazon stuck around. This is what Mark is referring to when he says survivors and thrivers. He's looking for the companies that survive this new era of cryptocurrency. Not all the tokens and coins you see today will be around in 10 years. Any crypto veteran can give you a list of previously top 20 coins that you can't even see anymore. As a funny example, BitConnect had a market cap of almost $3 billion once. Now it's worth literally nothing. Since Cuban has invested in Polygon, it shows that he thinks it's the real deal. He thinks it's a practical business that will survive the ups and downs of the market in the coming years. He might just be right. The recent crypto crash was nowhere near as bad for Polygon as it was for everything else. Mark gave Cointelegraph his thoughts on Polygon. It is fast, it works well, and most important, their user base is growing exponentially. Here we can see again that his focus is on the business application and marketability. This is why he has said that having more transactions per second and lower gas fees is not enough. There must be a current network effect and significant user growth. This is a challenge for most layer 1s and layer 2s because with few exceptions, marketing in the crypto universe is beyond awful. It looks like Cuban is beginning to see a paradigm shift in the crypto space. The technology is finally approaching the point that it has practical and tangible applications in the real world. This is why Mark is hinting here that the marketing is needed just as much as solid technology. When asked what it is that he brings to the table, he said, "I can give them feedback on marketing, and we are in the process of integrating Polygon into Lazy.com, which we think will be very beneficial to creating a platform to extend NFTs and personal galleries. It's entirely possible that he undersold his own expertise here because the co-founder of Polygon had this to say about Mark Cuban. It was so spectacular to know that the nuances of the industry, the tech, and adoption we had figured out after months of grind, he was already thinking about those and had those questions in mind. He's complimenting Cuban's level of knowledge here, and in a big way. So add together the solid technology of Polygon and the marketing genius of Cuban, and it's easy to see an upward trend for its market cap. It's not just Mark Cuban that sees what Polygon has to offer, though. Literally hundreds of dApps are transferring over from Ethereum to Polygon to reduce fees. One reason why they are switching is because Ethereum gas fees can get out of control. During the peak of the Dogecoin hype, fees were insane, and on Uniswap, the fees were getting into the hundreds of dollars. This is way too high if you're a relatively small application that needs a large number of transactions in a short space of time. Polygon's network can handle thousands of transactions per second, and 1 million transactions cost about $1 in fees. So, you can see why it's so attractive for developers to relaunch their dApps with Polygon. Ethereum does promise its 2.0 upgrade sometime this year though, which will most likely reduce fees to the point where it might not be so obvious for dApps to use Polygon. But the thing is that Polygon doesn't just reduce fees, and many experts, including Mark Cuban, are betting on Polygon for the long term. One of the things Cuban has said in the past is that he likes blockchain agnostic projects, which might help explain his investment. Polygon began as a scaling solution for Ethereum due to the high fees, but it now calls itself Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. It now aims to create a platform that many different blockchains can interact with. It offers many benefits to these blockchains and helps them overcome limitations that they might have, but it also makes this optional. If a platform doesn't want to sacrifice independence or security to Polygon, that's totally fine. This is called blockchain interoperability, and is why when Ethereum 2.0 comes out and solves the fee issue, it won't affect Polygon that much. This is why you don't see dApps waiting around for Ethereum 2.0 before switching to Polygon. If they were waiting, Polygon wouldn't have over 270 dApps already using it. We recommend doing your own research to get a handle on this, as it's pretty complicated. Polygon's original white paper is basically a book and cannot be explained properly in such a short video. The desire to connect blockchains together is bringing in all kinds of partnerships, such as Chainlink. The number of connections Polygon has now is well over 300 when we include wallets and oracles. That doesn't mean all of these are profitable or useful, but it does mean that Polygon is extremely popular. And as we know, popularity in the crypto space during a bull run is what drives prices up to new all-time highs. In fact, someone made a picture of all the different connections that Polygon has, and it looks insane. They should probably sell it as an NFT. So to summarize, things were already incredibly bullish for Polygon. Crypto veterans were predicting price increases of 5 and even 10 times. Now Mark Cuban has invested and will put his full weight behind the project. It seems fair to say that all this does is make things look even better for Polygon investors. We could very quickly see Polygon hit $5. And who knows, with Cuban's help, maybe it'll hit $10 before too long. What do you think of Polygon? Is it going to be the dominant layer 2 project? Or is there a sneaky competitor that nobody has ever heard of who will come and steal the thunder? With all that being said, we've come to the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to stay updated on the latest crypto news.